So what do we actually know about Kato Higashikata, and can we use what we know to figure out her stand's ability before it's even revealed? Let's see what we can confirm first. These are the facts. Following her murder of a kid, Kato was promptly divorced and sent to prison for 15 years. Factual evidence. Even if her last name is Higashikata, she tossed aside her wedding ring, basically confirming the separation of her marriage. So basically, Kato is no longer a part of the family, as obviously wedding rings are represent that you are symbolically bound to that other person. So she really clearly does not feel like she's a part of the family that what's his name? Norisuke is a part of. Yeah, that's my main man, Norisuke. She's no longer part of Norisuke's family, alright? She said, look, I'm done here. I was in prison for 15 years. You guys left me there. So it's pretty safe to assume at this point her last name isn't Higashikata. And to be fair, it never was it wasn't Higashikata to start off with. Obviously, her name is Kato, which is like the Japanese pronunciation of the word card, Cardo. And her last name, not her maiden name, is Higashikata, as far as we know, at least. I bring specific emphasis to the Higashikata family part because of what they all have in common. Their stand names. Our first, he's not the first generation, but for this little theory, it's called the royal family theory. But Norisuke is like our sort of first generation. He has King Nothing. King is in the front. He's a king. Then his second generation, which is his kids, that we have like Wall King Heart, Away King Three Leaves, because that's the wife of Jobin, one of his sons. Jobin, his son, has Speed King. All of Norisuke's direct children or direct in line in the family tree have King in the second part of their names. And then the only third generation we have is Tsurugi, and his stand is Paper Moon King. So in the second part of his name, in the third part, his name is King. And so with that in mind, you would think that Kato's name is also King something, right? But that's where we go back to the whole wedding ring and her being in prison for 15 years with no visits from anyone and being completely separated and ostracized from her family just in general. I don't think she feels like a part of the family. I don't think her name is King. Now, whether her name was, now since we don't know what the name was, we don't know if it could have changed at some point in prison, or if it never changed at all, and if it was never King. We don't know. We can't tell. So this is why these theories have been popping up. The royal family theory suggests that hers is like Queen in Black or like Black Queen or some Queen song. A lot of people think it's Queen. I disagree. However, I had this whole theory planned out. It was called, get this, it was called the Royal Suits Theory. But I was completely wrong about that. Basically, in a nutshell, the Royal Suits family would look at cards specifically, so we'd have other options like the Jack and the Joker, and not be like so specifically tied to King and Queen. So I thought that I would look through some songs like that. Couldn't find any good Jack examples. Couldn't find any Jokers. All I could really find was the Ace. I thought, hey, maybe she was like the Ace. I ended up listening to a lot. Lita Ford, Aces and Eights, nothing really in there. Listened to Motorhead song, that was pretty cool. And I listened to Ace of Base, which I thought was her stand name for a while, and I was pretty convinced. And to be fair, Ace of Base was definitely something that I didn't know I needed in my life. And I think you should probably go listen to Ace of Base, just in case I'm right about that. But at some point, everything changed. As I was thinking about part 4, it all just came together. And I'm not going to sugarcoat this. Kato Higashikata's stand is Atom Heart Mother. Let's dive deeper. Okay, Atom Heart Father from part 4 will be further known as Old Man Kira for the rest of this video. Gets his name from the Pink Floyd song Atom Heart Mother. And the great thing about that song is that there are no lyrics, so there's nothing to break down. Absolutely nothing. Which means I suggest you listen to the song for yourself and see what you think of it. Make your own conclusions, but we're moving on to both sets of parents. They obviously are infamous for their willingness to murder they've raised into their children. Both of them have the same philosophy of murdering if it's for their family. Old Man Kira says this himself, and Kato does this herself. Old Man Kira uses his stand to trap people in photographs, including the objects inside the photographed area. I could easily see this concept being reworked into trapping objects, quote unquote, in between her cards. we see she does that one flip-a-maroo with the chair on Josu's chin. And that was actually one of the reasons why I thought that it was Ace of Base, because that card was an ace. And I thought, oh, maybe she can only use the A, but we don't want to talk about it. But I know you're still probably thinking, well, if the Royal Suits family is true, then where's the Queen reference in her name? And obviously, I don't think it is literally Queen. But the name Heart Mother is easy to see as a reference to the Queen of Hearts. Both a card name and based on a royal figure, Elizabeth the Queen, whatever the freak, one of the Elizabeths. So it's a great way to remind you of a bad parent whose son uses their supernatural extreme temperature manipulation abilities to murder people who get in the way of their desires. That's it. That's the Kato is Adam Heart Mother confirmed theory, confirmed by Part 4. Serial killer parents for the win. Tell me your Kato theory. Do you think I hit the nail on the head? Are you still a firm believer in the Queen Black, the Black Queen, the Killer Queen Black theory? Let me know. Don't forget to subscribe if you want to see some videos that I upload sometimes. I'm out.